Obviously, as you can see from the title of my talk, is that I'm going to take a slightly different angle on the theme of today. And so I'm going to sort of put some challenges before you. I've heard there are some ethics committee members here, so I will see if they are still willing to speak to me after this, because I'm going to give them some more work to do. But let's see. Before we tackle serious stuff, let's do perhaps something a bit different. You will now have to make a choice here. So not choosing is unethical, because that means you will be wrong. Okay, so you can't say, I don't want to choose. Okay, the question is easy. We are all children of Africa, right? Okay, so you must say yes. Okay. So the question is this. Which of those two animals are going to make the better ethical decision later today? Is it going to be our sleepy leopard, or is it going to be our very tired baboon? So I'll give you 10 seconds to think through, because ethics mean we must apply reason to whatever we are dealing with. So quickly think through this one. Okay, so have you made up your minds? So we're gonna see by a show of hands what your choices are. Okay, so let's see. Who think the leopard is gonna make the better ethical decision? Let's see. Okay, I see like about 50%. Okay, who says the baboon is gonna make the better decision? Okay, you will now know that when we deal with ethics, you cannot just make a choice. You will have to justify your choice. So let's quickly hear those who have chosen the leopard. Why have you chosen that one?
Yeah, I chose the leopard because one of our ancestors happens to be a baboon. And we tend not to be ethical. So on that assumption...
Okay, so based on origin, you want to choose the leopard. Okay, the baboon group. What would be the reason for choosing the baboon? So let's quickly hear. Yes, sir.
I'd say there's very strong social structure.
Okay. 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 Okay, I like that. Okay. The right answer, as you will notice, not always a right answer in ethics, but let's say this one. The right answer is our leopard. And the reason is actually a bit more scientific than our intuitive reasons. Research has shown that if students sleep less than 6.5 hours per night, they are more inclined to cheat the next day than those who have slept longer. So isn't that a good reason to get enough sleep every evening? Okay. When I look at international codes or declarations, I actually have noticed a very interesting one. This specific one from UNESCO, the Universal Declaration on Bioethics and Human Rights, in Article 19, actually makes a very interesting statement. It says, ethics committees should, that's a pretty strong word, ethics committees should foster debate, education, and public awareness of ethics. If you think through that one, and we must keep in mind that South Africa is a signatory to this declaration, then that poses a huge challenge to research ethics committees. Because actually I would like to be a bit naughty to ask, how many ethics committees actually do that? Foster debate, not just debate in the committee meeting, that's fine, but foster debate outside committee meetings. How many ethics committees are directly involved in education and public awareness? And so those are, I would say, very interesting challenges. One must now obviously say that ethics committees are already overburdened. Because ethics committees just struggle to work on the ethics reviews before them. Stacks and stacks of reviews that have to be read through, debated, decisions made on. And so when we think about this, we realize that there's just more things being put on research ethics committees. The third group of individuals where ethics committees can come involved with is postgrad supervisors. I'm of the opinion that often universities underestimate the ethics awareness of postgrad supervisors. And I see it when supervisors sign off on proposals, but when the ethics committee go through those, there are serious ethical flaws in those proposals, which tells me that the supervisors or supervisor didn't pick it up. And can you see, what does that say? It says something about not the lack of knowledge of supervisors, but just they don't have that awareness of it. And so I think universities and ethics committees should actually reach out to supervisors. So often we will just write a letter back and give very critical comments on proposals and ask the supervisor to ensure that those comments are properly addressed. But can you see what underlies this? There's an assumption that the supervisor actually knows what to do about it. I think one of the challenges we have at ethics committees is this one, and a positive challenge, to become involved in supervisor training. Many universities I see nowadays have started with programs that are called sometimes something like license to supervise, where young and novice supervisors and often more experienced supervisors are actually taken through a program, not just on ethics, on many aspects of supervision. Just think of this. I can personally say my experience as a postgrad supervisor is that I just had to rely on what I've learned from my own supervisors. Nobody else gave me a course on what a good supervisor is supposed to be like. You are just expected to be a supervisor with very little guidance from the university. And so I think there's a big vacuum in many universities that we assume something, but that actually creates a whole lot of problems. That's my story. I hope it has challenged you a little bit. And can you still remember what is the point of our little game in the beginning? That's a very easy point. Get enough sleep. Okay, thank you.